Good morning. It's morning in Berlin. Kay, this video is for you and it's for everyone else who still has these feelings of guilt and hurt around effing things up with someone special in their life. Can be an SP, can be a good friend, or actually, a good friend is also a specific person. It can be family member, sister, it doesn't matter who. If you still have these feelings of, oh, I did something wrong, this is all my fault, help, 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 then this video is for you. So, thank you for asking. Okay, Kai, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. There were a couple of things that came up in me that you could do. So, first of all, when you feel the feeling of guilt, let the feeling flow. Because when you feel it and you try to not feel it, it will get worse. First, let the feeling flow. Then say to yourself, I didn't know any better. I did the best that I could. That's an option. If that doesn't help, you can do, actually, I would recommend that you do it daily anyway, for at least the time that you feel this guilty feeling. Put your alarm on 5 minutes, go stand in front of a mirror and say to yourself, I love you and I forgive you. It might very well be that you start to cry as soon as you start to do that and release this emotions. Cry as hard as you need to, because emotions that we feel but we try to suppress or we act like they're not there, they're actually kind of um, they build up and they become something tangible, something hard. So see it like a hose. When you have a hose that is clogged, the water doesn't come out properly. And that's the same with emotions. They clog you up. And when they clog you up, your own loving, radiant, joyful energy is kind of like stuck in yourself and it can't come out really freely and truly. So, whenever you feel emotions, whenever you need to cry, just let it all out. And it always feels so relieving. You said something in your comment, Kay, that I really liked. And you said something like, I'm probably stuck in a victim mode, something like that. And that's true. Whenever we feel like we're guilty about something, we are in a victim mode. But it doesn't really matter, does it? Because the thing you want to do is get out of it. So if you're in victim mode, yeah, so be it. And then work yourself out of it with the tips that I'm giving you. Um, like Actually, this whole thing always is like feeling guilty. That's a judgment. Like the other side of the coin is blaming. That's also a judgment. And life gets much easier when you notice that you judge and when you take the judgment off of it. Even saying someone is beautiful is a judgment, but it's a nicer feeling judgment, and it feels more expansive than to say to someone or think about someone that they're ugly. So the best thing would actually be never to judge. So not beautiful, not ugly, just be. But because we're human beings in schoolroom Earth, as what's her name again? Something with a D. Doesn't really matter. We're here in schoolroom Earth and we play with what we have. So, and we judge. That's what we do. So, we better make really nice judgments about things and stuff and people than the judgments that contract and feel uncomfortable. Um, it might very well be also okay, and other people that have this feeling of I did something wrong, that there's someone in your life that you haven't forgiven for what they have done. Maybe it's the same person, maybe it's another person. So, what helps in this case is that you also forgive someone else for what they've done. So, don't only forgive yourself, don't only say to yourself, I love you and I forgive you in the mirror, but also take this other person, put them in front of you, and tell them energetically, that you love them and that you forgive them. And I know sometimes it's harder, yeah, than it seems. And if you're not ready to do that, that's also fine. It's first important to get yourself off the hook. Like, release all judgment about yourself and forgive yourself, because you didn't do it on purpose. You didn't set out to hurt the other person and yourself. Not at all. It's We're playing a game of life, and sometimes we take things way too seriously, and then we go down this spiral of, oh my goodness, I effed everything up. Not true. We're playing the game of life. Another thing you can do is revise. As Neville says, revision helps change the past and the future and the present. And when you revise, you actually also choose at the multiple different possibilities that are all existent at this very moment. So with revision, you go back into the scene, a scene that you're like, okay, at this time I was really, really not nice, and I effed things up just because of this. Go back into the scene. Close your eyes, go back into the scene, see everything in front of you, and then start imagining and feeling what you would have loved to say instead. If that's not possible, you can also revise the reaction of your SP. And I know from um, practicing this myself that the whole situation, the whole feeling between the two of you changes. I've done it with past boyfriends. I've done it with family. I've done it with friends. I've done it with job situations. When you do this, you create, or you choose actually, a different reality, and you allow a bridge of events to unfold so that something else can come in its place, or yeah, it's not in its place, it's a different reality that you're choosing, but I hope you know what I mean. So revision is also a super good tool. I wrote down a couple of things. Yeah. There's one other thing that I haven't mentioned yet. Oh, two. Realize that because of what happened, because of this whole ordeal with your SP, or maybe it was not so big ordeal, because of this whole thing that happened, you now have found the teachings of Neville, Abraham Hicks, Bashar, maybe some other teachers, and now you know the power that's within you. Now you know that your thoughts create reality, and that you can change your reality simply by changing your thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions and your desires. That's actually what Seth says. So that's something good came out of it, because now you know. And also, don't forget all the great times that you had with this person. It's not just the you were in fights. No, you also had amazing times. So dwell on these, because they help change the relationship inside of you with this person and inside of them, because they are you pushed out. You know that, right? So whatever you think they're thinking, they will be thinking. So there are a lot of tips in this video, and all of them will work. And it would be even better to just mix them up. And I think the most important one is do the mirror work. Look at yourself in the mirror for at least 5 minutes a day. Put your alarm and repeat, I love you, I forgive you. So I hope this helps. I'm going to the gym, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Mwah.